If you are looking to go into 2026 and just truly believing wholeheartedly that you are capable of accomplishing everything that you set out to do, this is for you. So, 2025 has been my year of just what I have been coining as bombastic audacity. And what that means at the core is knowing in my heart, deep down, what promise God has given me, what vision I have written down after prayer, after sitting through the funk of like that waiting season, and wholeheartedly knowing that I am capable of attaining that. The how? The how is always TBD. And I'll be honest, I am not always the best at being okay with not knowing the how. But what I can say is that if you are taking the steps daily and surrounding yourself with the right people who also believe in you and are willing to be a mirror, especially in the moments that you are not believing in yourself, game changer. And I want to call out two specific things from 2025 that truly set this year apart for me. Like I will forever remember 2025 as that year that I genuinely believed in myself and took a risk and took a chance on we gonna see after that vision was made clear to me. So the first one being Brienne had the bombastic audacity to say to herself, you know what? I ain't never hosted a retreat before. Matter of fact, I ain't never done one internationally, but I'm gonna do it this year. And it was in such a moment of flow for me when I decided, heavy emphasis on decided, that I was going to do it. And so I was in Bali. This was Bali in April, first week of April. And I remember being like, I know I've always wanted to do a retreat. I knew it was going to be something I did in the future, like eventually, whenever I'm ready. But God said, baby girl, you finna do this now. And I said, okay, period. A little trembling, period. But yeah, I set it in motion. As I mentioned, the importance of being surrounded by a community that believes in you. I was with my mentor and she was like, okay, you want to do a retreat in Thailand? End of the year? By the end of 2025, it's happening. What's the date? I said, I'm gonna get back to you on that one. But what I do know is that I'm going to have an intimate experience for 5 women who want to come experience just the beauty, the joy, the peace, the luxury, the vibes of Thailand. And I didn't know how I was going to do it at the time. But I am someone who, especially when I put something out there, if I tell one person I'm gonna do it, oh, I'm gonna do it. Integrity just means so much to me. Like, I think I know for a fact that integrity is my biggest value. And whether that's a value that I have in myself or a value and expectation that I have with the people that I am closest to, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And so I will definitely say that, and really quick, I also expect that of my friends and, my family. Like they all know that's the biggest way to get me upset is to tell me you're gonna do something and then flake on me. But anywho, um, yeah, I think I'm also, I keep saying I think, girl, I know that I am also very accountable to other people. So if I say I'm gonna do something and I tell someone that, um, it has to get done. So I make this video. I'm like, hey, y'all, guess what? End of the year, if you've been looking for a trip that'll provide ease, peace, and joy, come to Thailand with me. No date at the time. I think I released this in like June. And between June, it was either like late June or early July, but between that time frame and November 15th, actually, it was filled like September, I want to say like mid-September-ish is when I filled it. But I remember I was just like, Brian, you just got to keep putting forth the effort. Like you said you're going to do this. You've committed to yourself that you're going to fill the spots. So how are we going to do it? And what was interesting, I was actively putting myself out there online, and none of the people who joined, besides my sister, I guess, was were people that I was like actively like, hey, I'm in the DMs, like I really want you to come to this event. This is what's happening. Like it was all purely just like putting myself out there and seeing who gravitated towards me. And that was a lesson in itself. I definitely will continue doing that. Like I think that's the reality with any business owner, the importance of having an online presence and brand. But one thing that I had learned in that process was definitely like, girl, if you don't reach out to your friends, like not everyone sees your stuff on Instagram. Not everyone sees your stuff on TikTok. Like some of your friends genuinely do want to support you and they can't if they don't know what you have going on. Neither here nor there. So that was one thing that I was just like, man, when I filled that last spot, I had so much more respect for myself for having the audacity to believe that I was capable of doing that, but also following through with the execution and not stopping until I fulfilled that promise to myself. So that was number one. The second thing in 2025 I did that required bombastic audacity was with the retreat. I got to the end of all of the marketing with filling the spots, but now it was time to think through like the logistics. And I remember coming across this creator who also had done retreats. She'd done like five or six, and she was doing this unboxing of the welcome bags. And I was like, oh, that's good. Like I've been on several retreats myself as a guest or like an attendee. And I will say like every single time I have had a welcome gift and it just felt like super intentional and just like a thoughtful way to start the trip, right? So so yeah, I remember being like, I want to do welcome bags. And I also want to do welcome bags with brands that we either know or have a good reputation, or I've been interested in using their products and might as well gift them to the girls. So I remember seeing this lady's welcome bags, and I was like, period. So I remember I was looking on Canva, like trying to find templates. Nothing was actually aligned to like how I wanted to present my event to brands or how like I wanted, I don't know. They didn't align to like how I wanted the feel of my pitch to go. So I ended up um creating my template in Canva and then um creating the outreach messages. So I did outreach in DMs. I was active. October, if you look at my Instagram, you saw maybe four or five posts for the entire month, maybe, and that's generous because I was just like dedicated. Reaching out in the DMs, first building that list and figuring out what brands would I actually want represented and like where is their true alignment with their mission and products and what I would want to give to the ladies attending. So that was the first thing. Second thing was getting identifying what products I actually wanted from them. The third thing, which was the biggest thing, was really formulating all of my assets. So putting together the pitch deck, putting together my email templates where it was literally a rinse and repeat, and all I had to do was change the name, the products, and like the little blurb about why their products would be aligned with my brand, with my event. Um, and I think I mentioned the DM. So DM templates, email templates, pitch deck, tracker. So I built out like a full tracker in Notion that just allowed me to keep up with like all the people that I had already reached out to, the contact information, um, the follow-ups that needed to be had. Follow-ups. The funds are in the follow-ups. Okay. Because half of the brands that actually said yes to me, it wasn't from the first outreach, but it was from the follow-up email where it was like, hey, just in case this was overlooked, da da da. Oh, so sorry for, missing this message. Let's chat through next steps. So once I built that out, like it was a machine. And I really did value, I will say I'm very much like a systems thinker, if you will. So most things in my life, whether it's personal, let me take a sip of water because I'm feeling a little tickle. Okay. Most things in my life, whether it's personal or professional, especially like repeatable stuff, I have to have a system in place. So I built out this whole entire framework. And now that it's all built out, like it's going to be a rinse and repeat situation that also now that I've done my retreat and I absolutely love it, I'll be using this system again and again to both reach out to the brands that I engaged with for this retreat, but also for future brands where they were like, not yet, like we actually want to see proof of concept, which completely understand because that was another thing is that I don't know, ignorance was bliss in a way because I didn't realize that most people don't get sponsorships like on their first event. Like I didn't realize that until after I told my friends like, yeah, like all these brands like that y'all know were excited and looking forward to and grateful to um be a part of the event through the products that they were gifting. And so that was really eye-opening, but hey, it also goes to show that when you do have that audacity and believe in yourself, whatever the status quo is or whatever the standard is, doesn't quite pertain to you. So, yeah, that was all in all, like that experience. I will never forget, like, also the people who supported me and leaned in and wanted to see me succeed. And so I will say that going into 2026, I really do want to encourage you. And I'm also like speaking to me as I look at myself in the screen, but also you who's listening. Like, I want to encourage you to believe, like deep, like truly believe. Um, Before I forget, there's a book or a journal called Believing Bigger. I'll drop it in the video description, but that also is something that completely changed and rewired my brain chemistry. But I want you to truly, like deep down believe that whatever God has put on your heart and whatever vision you have seen so clearly, like you are capable of achieving that. It's okay to not know the how. What will happen is that you'll get in momentum and you'll start taking those steps, and then the clarity will come. Like clarity does not come from, I want to. I don't know. I want to, I'll use myself. I want to host another retreat in, I won't say the city yet because there's a wait list, but I want to host another retreat in Asia next year. I want clarity. Like, how am I going to do that? It doesn't work that way. I want to do this thing. I'm putting it out there. I'm sharing it with people who I know will hold me accountable. And I'm going to commit to taking those daily actions or the weekly actions to build momentum and to essentially like start allowing my reality to align with this vision. It's so dope. Like I cheese thinking about it, but but when I first was starting this journey, I was shook. There were no smiles. I was like, what have I done? But yeah, I hope this was just encouraging. And if you are someone who also has been like eager and excited to host events, or if you're a small business owner and you have something coming up where you were like, dang, it would be great to have some gifted products for attendees joining, I will share the link to the bundle that I built out that includes all of the stuff that I talked about earlier that I created that helped me get 6 brands to say yes and want to actually provide products for the ladies attending. I essentially bundled everything up so that if you are desiring to have gifted products and if you're also like a micro, I don't like the term micro influencer, but if you have I got like 2,500 followers on Instagram. Like I'm not a big account, but I got a big belief in myself. Oh, that's a word. That's a word. Yeah, but if you have that belief in yourself and just need guidance, and direction and tools on how to actually bring that to life, I'll drop the link for that in the video description for you to check out. But yeah, you are capable of achieving every single one of your wildest dreams. And I hope that this video was a reminder of that. Remember, go into 2026 with that bombastic audacity, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.